Hail friends, welcome back. Thanks for joining me on my first official Project Quarm adventure, which turned out to be taking forever to mem spells. And I mean forever, it took like 5 minutes, y'all. So we go up to our guild master, we turn in our note, we get that sweet, delicious drape of the brood, and now we are an evil pink lizard. So, first things first, we're going to delve into Cabilis, and basically, it's almost guaranteed I'm going to get lost here. I haven't played a lot of Iksar, so yeah. Not to mention, I'm also a card-carrying member of the Cabilis swim team. Yeah. So, first order of business is going to be to check out Warsook's Wood. So, I decided that would be the best place for me to start, since, everyone and their lizard brother was already in Field of Bone. So I threw my minor shielding on and decided, hey, let's go take advantage of the zone. Plus, they had a sweet experience bonus over here. And yeah, it was time to start gathering money for my spells. So, as you are all aware probably, you start off EverQuest poor as shit. So the first thing I notice is we've got a soul binder here, and I'm going to immediately take advantage of that and find my soul at Warsook. And then I kind of run out into the zone and start kind of exploring. Which, I've been to Warsook's Wood, but not actually this part of Warsook Wood. So I'm not really familiar with it. It's, a whole new area to me. So I ran out and I made a very, poor decision. Most of the newbie mobs are over to the left, and I went over to the right where it was tended to be, higher level mobs. And you can see I kind of was conflicted on which way to go here. I'm like, oh god. I'm like looking at the trees and I'm like, can't see shit. So eventually I made my way over to the newbie zone. And you can see I've engaged a decaying skeleton, got an ad, which is not a good thing at level 1. But I do manage to kill them. Got a lot of fizzles. Not exactly a premier fighter by any means here. So we eventually work our way through and kill this goblin whelp too, and yeah, it's all fun and games from this point. I do however decide that I should make my way back to Cabilis and actually train a little bit. I'm also not having the best luck pulling single mobs here, so I ultimately decided it may be a good idea to check out one of the other newbie zones. So I head back, I do a little bit of training and piercing, a vital necromancer skill at this level, and also sense heading, which I don't know that I actually need sense heading because it looks like the compass is automatically locking on all the time, so that might be an improvement that I've missed at some point. But either way, we make our way out of Cabilis into the Lake of Ill Omen. And here I am, trying to go after that decaying skeleton again, trying to focus on getting bone chips, and then you see there's goblin scouts kind of hiding everywhere, and then bam, I aggro a saber-toothed kitten from like a mile away. And I can confirm you do aggro kittens from far away because I currently have one. And anytime I walk by my bed, he leaps out and attacks my foot. And, that's just his thing at this age. So, kittens, high aggro range, totally agree. And I find myself kind of pivoting away, trying to get this dude kind of singled out. And through some masterful stabbing, I slowly kill the dude. Unfortunately, though, I get another kitten ad, and I elect to run for my life. Because I've got no mana, my shielding is about to fade, I'm about to lose a lot of hit points, a lot of AC. And just kind of make the assumption that I'm not going to get lucky twice in a row and stab this thing to death. But then, misfortune strikes, and I crash to desktop. The black screen of doom, right? So I come back, and I'm like, hey, I think I lived. It looks like I ran, and then it kind of dawns on me after a moment. I get my bearings and realize, nope, that's just where I bound at. And all of my damn spells are unmemmed and I've got to start over. Son of a bitch. 5 years later. After a moment, I make my way back out into Lake of Ill-Omen, kind of assuming that that crash was a fluke, and I start fighting this goblin whelp. I ding level 2, and immediately was blessed with 2 adds, so I've got a decaying skeleton on me at this point, which I think was the initial thing I may have attacked, and of course, a kitten. So I do finish off this decaying skeleton. I managed to loot him very clumsily, and bam, I go down, but I hop back up with like 1 hit point, and this kitten hits me for 1. I regen and keep running. So I just head for the guards. I get hit for 1 again. Now I'm up to 3 whole hit points, 5 hit points, bam. And we're away free, guys. So I healed up, I head back out there, and I find this Sarnak hatchling. And the first thing I notice is it hits for 8. I didn't even get a chance to con the thing before I was like, God damn it, I need to run for my life again. So for whatever reason, I elected to turn around and fight it just to see how it went. And it was time to run again. So we run that guy to the guards, and I decide maybe I should look at other places, like the canal. And yeah, I go back into Cabilis, I fall into the goddamn canal, I see like a pit of some sort, I turn back, and just kind of have a little lost jaunt for a moment before I eventually make my way over to the Swamp of No Hope, which is pretty much the one Lizard Newbie zone I haven't tried at this point, if you exclude Field of Bone from the equation, right? So I do a little bit of exploration, and most of the zones kind of in the Cabilis area, they start off kind of the same. You've got some old Iksar buildings, and then it opens up into a, newbie zone of some sort. So I walk in here, and I see it's my literal favorite thing, mosquitoes. So where I live at, the mosquitoes are literally actually this size, so I kind of relate to this in an unfortunate way. And stabbing this mosquito kind of makes me happy, because, well, I'm used to getting swarmed by hundreds of mosquitoes myself. So we start killing our mobs here, and it takes a little bit, but we get that mosquito dead. And you can see there's like a bug where his corpse kind of slides away from you slowly, so it makes it difficult to loot the damn thing. We get a wing, and mind you, I'm still poor at this point. So we do get a chance to take on this yellow froglock skipper. There's quite a few of them running around this area. I would say at my level, 2 that is, they're definitely one of the more dangerous mobs here. And after some time, you can see we managed to kill the damn thing, which is good. I've got no mana left, health is okay, shielding faded a long time ago, but yeah, we eventually stabbed that frog to death. Woo! And now it's time to pretend we have meditate. So then I was like, hey, I'm going to kill this froglock Tad. And the game had other ideas, if you will. So I see that the froglocks and leeches fight one another, which is cool. I've got this dude at 28% life. Bam, got him running, and out of nowhere, a giant mosquito flies up and eats him. And I was like, God damn it, because he was an even con and that would have been good. So I started kind of running around the other area and immediately found a red con froglock fisher. As soon as I realized I aggroed the thing, I started running for my life. I didn't waste any time. I knew it was about to be a bad day, so yeah, I hauled ass back to the gate and led that froglock to his doom. And this is the most important mob I found because it had a sweet shield, and that shield sells for a platinum. Which, you know what that means, folks. That means I can officially afford spells. And I immediately headed into Cabilis to meet with Keeper Vile and work on getting my pet spells and other things before heading back out. I don't know why this guy was attacking the Soulbinder, but it hits really hard. So don't recommend that if you want to live. Definitely leave the damn Soulbinder alone, y'all. With that being said, I summon my first pet, and I decide I'm going to go out there and rain hell upon the Swamp of No Hope. And hey, that's a story for another time though, folks. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me on my next Project Quarm adventure.